Think they girls, I'll be. If you didn't know, maybe better than us. One hand on his queen, left on the freak. He probably thought they wanted me. Shawty seen everything, and you know she got him beat. Cause a side ain't in the streets. She ain't the one to play with you. Her DMs, they be sliding like base hitters. Them other fellas, they been seeing her work. You say you want an angel, then give her heaven on earth. I respect your relationship. I don't care if you don't. But I think I'm better than men. And I won't tell if you don't. A dog gon' be a dog. But a gon' be more clever. Oh, a dog gon' be a dog.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to downtown Detroit and Ford Field, the home of the Lions. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Detroit Lions. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. That is Jake Elliott getting this one started. And we are underway in downtown Detroit. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
This I like here to go. If you don't agree, ask the streets in your big 5 years. You already know. Already know how it go. Already know I got shit on go. Money calling got go.
Goff gonna open up with a throw. That'll be caught. It's Jahmyr Gibbs. He'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a first down.
I like this. Right out of the gate, finding ways to get the running backs involved early in the passing game. What that does throughout the rest of the game, Mike, is those linebackers, their drops don't get quite as deep. Those secondary defenders don't get quite as deep. So you know what it opens up down the road? Big-time shots downfield.
And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. It's a gain of 10 yards. Good for a Lions first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another first down.
The 31-yard line.
Here's the first carry for the Iowa State Cyclones. David Montgomery. And he will score! David Montgomery. Touchdown, Detroit. Terrific way, Greg, to get this game started. Able to get the opening touchdown and do it with a long run.
Mike, anytime you can create explosive plays in the run game, you're definitely going to take it. And they're going to be able to build on those plays as the rest of this game moves along.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Britton Covey now on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Throwing to begin, it's Hurts. Taking a shot downfield for Smith. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up second down. First carry for Saquon Barkley. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
Well, nothing doing here, and I think you can see pretty early on. Now, while he's trying to remain patient and see if a hole pops, it's just too slow of a developing play. He never gets into the teeth of the defense at all and ends up being taken down for a loss.
3rd and long. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That's caught. Saquon Barkley. 20-yard pickup there. First down, Philadelphia.
These third down conversions are just so important. Like everybody stresses, we want to possess the ball. Give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
On first down, it's Hurts. That's complete to his big tight end. Dallas got it. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Here's a handoff to Barkley. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6. It sets up third down.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's third down.
They'll try to run here with Barkley. Oh, the defense beats him in the backfield. They stopped him dead in his tracks and set up fourth down.
Well, what looked like an advantage for the offense, Mike, facing second and short now, has turned into a win for the defense. Back-to-back stops for a loss, and it brings up fourth down.
Raymond going to return it. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. That's where the offense will take over. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. A big hole. Still going. And they won't catch him. He'll go all the way. 77 yards. Touchdown, Detroit.
one sideline, you're ecstatic. You couldn't have dreamed up a better start. 2 drives, 2 long touchdowns. But then across the field, they've got to answer some hard questions. They've got to figure out exactly what they're doing wrong defensively, because if there's one thing in the NFL, you cannot give up big plays, and you especially can't give up big plays for touchdowns.
Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. A first down throw for Hurts. He'll get that out to Barkley. Down the right sideline. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20. It is a big play for the Eagles. 47 yards.
So it's man coverage, Mike. You have to keep track of who your responsibility is. And in this case, he just drops him. He's wide open, short throws, turn into long runs, and they're inside the red zone.
On the handoff, this is Barkley. And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the first quarter of play. Eagles in possession to start the second quarter. They've got it with a second down and 10. A run up the middle with Barkley. And a nice run there as he surges forward. A gain of 8 and sets up third down.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
Hurts now on 3rd and 2. A short throw taken in by Goddard. And he's trying to get to the marker, but he's not going to get there. About a yard short. Now, what do you do on 4th and 1? So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. Elliott's kick is good. And the Eagles get their first points of the game. They trail 14-3.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
And back to work goes Elliott after making the field goal. He'll send this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down.
25-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Once again, it's Gibbs. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. That's a pickup of 12. First down, Detroit.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
And it's going to be taken down right at midfield. 12 was nice last time, so they did it again. Another 12-yard pickup and another first down.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Goff with the give to Montgomery. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. That's 13 more on that play. And quickly, another first down.
This offensive line continues to be very physical at the point of attack. They've been able to give their backs plenty of room to run. That's why they've already eclipsed the century mark here in the opening half.
And it'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. That's a gain of 11. And they'll move the chains with another first down.
Well, here he is just taking over this drive from the running back spot. And frankly, Mike, any time the secondary and defensive backs are making a lot of tackles downfield, you know the offensive line's doing their job up front, and you can see the results.
And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the Eagles' 22-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. That one out wide to Gibbs. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
They're going to try to run here with Gibbs.
Now we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this fourth down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to them, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
2 minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I back from Ford Field in Detroit in a moment. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to line up and go for it on fourth down. They'll go for it. Here's Goff. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he will get into the end zone. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Lions. We had the touchdown run earlier. Now add a TD reception.
You know, Mike, I think we're going to see a lot of this, and you know why? It's the new kickoff rule. So think about it. In the old days, you'd kick a field goal, you'd kick a touchback, and your opponent would have the ball on the 20. You didn't give up as much field position, but you only got 3 points. Nowadays, you go for 3 points and you kick a touchback, they get the ball on the 35. It's almost 30 yards of field position. You're just better off going for touchdowns when you get in here tight.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. For the return, here comes Britton Covey. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. Barkley to start the drive. And he's got it to the 35-yard line. A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
They'll pitch it to Barkley. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. 13 more on that carry. He is turning out the yards. And another first down. A couple of first downs, and the football's out to the 48-yard line as they come up first and 10. Here's Hurts. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
Now Jalen Hurts on second down. That'll be taken in by Barkley. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a first and 10.
That's another Eagles first down.
To throw on second down is Hurts. A pass caught by Saquon. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they're going to mark him inside the 10-yard line. It is a big play for the Eagles. 33 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Here's Barkley. Nothing there. He is fortunate just to get back to the line. Now it's second and goal. So the Eagles use their first timeout here as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Now here's second and goal. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That is on back corner of the end zone. Dallas Goedert. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the fourth quarter in 2-minute mode. Now let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here, going into halftime, changes this entire game.
The kick is good. Makes the score Lions 20, Eagles 10. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
7 seconds, all that remains, till halftime. And the kick is away. Now return coming from the 7.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
On on 1st and 10. Here's Goff. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Reed Blankenship.
They'll take over 1st and 10.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their first read. By the time he gets to the 3rd or 4th read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position, jump that route, challenge the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Eagles are able to get it back within a score. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
They'll start on the ground with Barkley. And he'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 31-yard line.
From the 31, here is 2nd and 6. Once again, it's Barkley. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
Third and 2. Here we go. Hurts now. He's got this complete. That's Smith. And he will score. Devontae Smith. Touchdown, Eagles. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. This will be returned from the 6.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
That's a moment I keep doing that. I created history, it made me a lot. You try to diss me, it ain't no box. We call them toxic, cause they gonna chop. Took her out of balance, cause I run that like Nike, we got it on.
Goff gives it to Gibbs. And a good one here. He'll be marked down up past the 25-yard line. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick first down.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
First down, and they stick with Gibbs. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Now a stoppage, we have an injured Lion. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. throwing on second down. Goff. Brought in by the tight end, Sam Laporta. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. First time they've looked his way all game long. He comes through with the grab and a first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Now Gibbs. He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. Quinyon Mitchell up to make the stop.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
From the 44-yard line, here's second and 8. From the gun, it's Goff. He'll swing this out to Montgomery. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
You get so caught up defending all of these weapons all over the field, and it's sometimes really easy to forget about the back. And in this case, the quarterback does a nice job just dropping the ball off in his check down, and he lets him do the rest.
Straight ahead, it's Montgomery. And this will be a short pickup down to the 45. Jacoby Dean in on the tackle. Second down, 8 yards to go.
Brings up second and 8.
Here's Goff. He'll find Montgomery out of the backfield. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Second time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Now, Goff. He'll go right and find his running back. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
Brings up second and 2. At the Eagles' 25-yard line.
From the gun, here's Montgomery. And he's got it. First down. A pickup of 4.
So, Mike, you know by now my philosophy on third down. If it was up to me, I don't even want to be in third down. I want to get all of my conversions on first and second down and be able to stay in those neutral down situations. So it's exactly what they do here. They lean on the ground game and pick up a fresh set of downs. Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
A run up the gut with Montgomery. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
No gain on the play.
That's a heck of a stop there defensively, Mike. Second and inches, you're thinking the first down is pretty much a formality, but not for this defense. They pack it in tight, they sell out on the run, and they're going to force this team to snap it again on third down.
They'll try and run it here with Montgomery. And he's going to have a Lions first down. At least at first glance, they'll spot the football just beyond the marker, and they convert on third and inches.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Here's a run. Down to the goal line. No signal. Is he in? They'll say it did not break the play, but a real solid gain on first and goal.
In order to be successful as a run-heavy offense, Mike, it's so important that you remain really efficient on first and second down. The last thing you want is to be in third and pass, and it really throws off what you feel like your strengths are.
And he's able to get the ball across the goal line. He's in. Garrett Goff. Touchdown, Detroit. His second TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. Bates, good, with the extra point. And the Lions will go up by 7. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Covey now on the return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Barkley. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. So both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 10. To throw is Hurts. Now a screen set up for Barkley. This one going to be sniffed out, blown up in the backfield.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking them down for a loss.
They need one right now. 3rd and long. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Looking right side, he's got a receiver. It's Smith. And he'll be out of bounds, well short of the line to gain. And that'll set up 4th down.
14-yard gain.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike. How well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
On 1st down, it's Goff. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 4. On the handoff, it's Montgomery. And this will be a Lions 1st down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45. A gain there of 16 yards. Good for a Lions 1st down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he's going to pick it up and take it down inside the 35 for the 1st down.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
Goff to throw on 1st down. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
Second and 2 at the 24-yard line.
Take me out.
2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Here's second and 2. On the ground, Montgomery. It'll be a pickup of 10. First down, Detroit.
This is the moment in the game, Mike, where it really matters to have a run game. You find yourself winning here late. You want to try to run the clock out and finish with the ball. And boy, do they ever. Give credit to this offensive line and running back. They came through when their team needed them the most.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's first and 10. They'll stay on the ground. Again, Montgomery. The hold closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. So the Eagles will use their first timeout here, and they'll get together prior to the second down play. One more time for Montgomery. He's in! David Montgomery. Touchdown, Lions. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon.
The kicker on for the
And that's exactly how you stress all week, finishing a game. Get the ball and leave no doubt. But that late touchdown, Mike, that should all but just seal this victory away.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Hovey now on the return. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Here's first and 10. They'll drop to throw. He'll check this down to the running back. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
It's a gain
there of 27 yards. They have 2 timeouts, but not much time. Down 2 scores as we get to first and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. And they're going to get to him and take him down, take it back to the other side of midfield. They'll come up now for second down. Throwing is Hurts. The open man downfield is Brown. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
And an Eagles first down.
Here's the spike, and that stops the clock with 25 seconds to go. On second down, Hurts. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. They might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down. Hurts again. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. You got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on down. Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up second down. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. He'll let this one go long for Williams. And this will be incomplete.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ends it up being a wasted down.
Again, working deep downfield. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete, and that will do it. This one comes to an end. So it's a win here for the Lions. They proved much the best in this one. They get a solid performance in all three phases of the game and ride that to victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from downtown Detroit.